All right, welcome back to another show or episode, I should say, on Sports Society TV. Before we start, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Today we got another Philly legend. This man played at Martin Luther King, averaged 31 points. Then went to Maine Central, then Rhode Island, first team All Atlantic. Played preseason with the Los Angeles Clippers for 12 years pro overseas. Won a championship in 2015 overseas as well, and now the founder of Life of Hoops, Dawan Robinson. Man, what's good with you?
Man, same old, man. Appreciate you having me, bro.
Thank you, bro. Listen, before we start, man, I'm gonna tell you a story. We actually met before. Right? You ruined my money one day, man. Listen, you it's okay if you don't remember, right? So it was up McCluskey. Right? This old head. He seen me play a couple times, and he had confidence in me shooting. And you was up there one day, and then he was like, "Man, my young boy, he can shoot against him." And then me and you shoot. I think it was like the best out of 10 or something like that. And I'm hitting the first three. Like I'm in game mode. I'm jumping, I'm shooting, and I hit the first three, and then I start missing, right? But you casually just turned your hat to the back and then just shoot. I'm talking you were shooting this shit like a set shot. Like you wasn't even jumping, nothing. And I'm like, God, the old head was mad at me. He never bet on me again.
It was crazy, man, because like around like that time, bro, I was making a lot of money just playing dudes one on one. You know what I mean? Like that was how I used to make money. I used to play dudes one on one, go all over. Just you know what I mean. My old head called me like, "Yo, man, look, some boy from down north say he better than you. Like we're gonna go down there and play for the brand." I'm like, "Yo, let's go." You know what I mean? So I won like $200, $300, $400. You know what I mean, from doing that. So McCluskey, though, I used to always be up McCluskey. You know what I mean? Because it was a little family, the Johnsons. You know what I mean? I used to bang with them heavy, so I used to always be up McCluskey all the time. So that court was like a little second home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You probably caught me on a good day.
Yeah, no, you was hitting that shit though. I'm talking about, and from what I can remember, because this was years ago. This got. I mean, I was still in high school and shit. So from what I remember you hitting like 7 straight. And I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker. I think you was at Maine Central at that time.
I was in full grind mode.
Tell me a little bit about the King part, bro. Like you averaged 31 points. Did you play AAU?
Nah, man, I played probably
one of the things I heard about. You ain't play AAU back then.
Nah, bro, I didn't play. I was running the streets, man, and I didn't know if I wanted to be like a real basketball player. I love the playground part of it. You know what I mean? Having my homies and putting on a little show for the fans or whatever. I wasn't really taking basketball that serious like that. I didn't even try out for my high school team my ninth grade year. I didn't even play at King my freshman year because I was like scared because I was an N1. I was one of them boys. I was scared that my game wouldn't translate. You know what I mean? So I was scared to try out. And then I lied to my brother. And then I actually went to my sophomore year and I made the squad.
Word. I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, bro. I played probably a couple tournaments with Sam Ryan. You know what I mean? But I never really played AAU.
So how was it as far as like going into like when did you play varsity for King?
My sophomore year, I went straight to varsity.
Oh, really?
How so after freshman year, I tried out for varsity. You know what I mean? And I made it. And I was like, oh, this ain't that hard. I thought this was gonna be hard. Right. You know I mean? So I made it my sophomore year. I was getting a little bit of minutes. I think I averaged 5 my sophomore year. Gotcha. Then my second year, my junior year, I played varsity. I averaged 17 with Feats. I mean, their Feats left. Yeah. Their Feats left, and it was kind of like, you know what I mean? I just took over.
Gotcha. So you went to after King, you went to Maine Central. So you was already, but you was. I mean, I remember seeing you play once, and I felt like, I mean, I'm a young guy at this time, but I felt like you was ready for college right away. What made you go to prep school right after that?
Because man, I ain't play AAU. So after averaging 32, bro, I didn't get a letter, bro. I didn't have nothing. Like, bro,
Oh,
not even a text message, nothing, bro. Not even an interest. Like, yo, we see you play. So I was hurt. You know what I mean? I was in the crib. My mom, like, what you gonna do? I'm like, Mom, she like, you can go to a junior college or something. Like, I'm not going to no junior college. I'm better than that. Like, I knew my potential. I
right,
knew how good I was. It was like other people wasn't seeing it though, bro. Even around the city, you know what I mean?
right.
So my mom knew a man named Andre McCarter. He went to UCLA, South Philly. My mom's side from South Philly. So I got a lot of connections down at SP. So she reached out to Andre McCarter. Andre McCarter reached out to MCI, and they got me in last
Mm,
minute. I'm talking about this probably was like August. You know what I mean? And
right.
that's how I got to MCI, man.
That's dope.
Blessing. It was a miracle.
So how was the transition for that? Because I know, I mean, Coach Moore wasn't the most technical coach. And I felt, I believe in Maine, um, they had a reputation for some good basketball players. So I'm assuming that the work ethic was a little different from King. How was the transition from, you thinking one minute you thinking to yourself, hey, I might not be a college player, to going into a place like that.
Well, I see. I knew I was a college player. I knew
Right.
that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So when I got there, bro, when I got to MCI, they called me. Yo, it happened so fast in the last minute. Next thing you know, man, my folks on a ride. We driving up the Maine. As
Right.
soon as I get to Maine, they like, yo, hurry up! You almost missed the bus. We on our way to, I think it was a Bob Gibbons tournament. It's a big time showcase. It was a
Right.
showcase. So I'm like, I don't know nothing about this. I ain't play AAU. I don't know none of the dudes that's ranked. I don't care about them. I'm going up there on some dog stuff. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So I get up there. All I take is my sneaks and like some shorts. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Coach gave me a t-shirt. Man, I went to this showcase and I killed this one. So dudes was coming up to me like, yo, where you from? I'm like, Philly. They're like, yo, you tough. Like, you know what I mean? And I ain't know none of these dudes. I wasn't even there to make friends. I was just up there to go to work. Like, you know what I mean? And that whole year, man, I was running through we played with Rashard McCants, Francisco Garcia. I can't remember the tall boy from South Camp, Blatch, Andre Blatch. Um, Carl Krauser, Julian Sinsley. These was all big time, some All American names. Like, you know what I mean? When
End
I
up
went to the
going
league.
to the league. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was running through everything. You know what I mean? Just not knowing who nobody was. Like, you know what I mean? I never had dreams to make it to the NBA. I just played basketball because I loved it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So I never thought about, I thought about college, but I never thought about making it to be a pro or not like that.
Gotcha. So did you when you moved from when you played at Maine Central, what made you choose Rhode Island after that?
Oh man. So up there, I started getting recruited. You know what I mean? I had Texas, Tennessee, Miami, West Virginia, um, Pitt, URI, and Western Kentucky, where
Mm.
Runt went. And once I failed my SAT, a lot of them schools backed off me. You know what I mean? So I had Pitt, Western Kentucky, and URI. That was my last three. And
Gotcha.
I committed to Pitt. And my mom was like, you should call the URI coach. He was nice. You know what I mean? So I went to call him back, bro. He talked me out the whole joint. Like, don't go there. You don't have to sit. Like, got all in my head. And I decommitted and I went to URI, bro. Crazy. I was supposed to go to Pitt, though. You know what I mean? I could verbally committed to Pitt.
Really?
I was supposed to call the coach the next day and tell him, like, look, I'm signed. So I
Wow.
went to URI.
So,
Yep.
do you ever feel like any regrets to that? Because I know like kids, a lot of high school kids go through this process, especially with the recruiting, and they don't know, where they want to go, and then they end up picking another school or a school drop out. Do you ever regret any of your decisions as far as picking a school?
No, no, I loved it. I'm still up here in Rhode Island. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? I think everything happened for a reason.
Right.
Now, I ain't gonna, I think about it. You know what I mean? I do think about it, and where I think it probably would have benefited me a little better if I did go there to make it to the NBA. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So when you was at Rhode Island, you're a prolific scorer, but you had to play a role in your first couple years. How was that
Mhm.
transition? How did you wrap your mind around that? Um, what did that look like for you when you first came in?
Every I tell these kids, every from high school to prep school, it was a transition. It took me like 5 games to get my groove. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
From prep school to college, it was another transition where I had to get used to the game. I had to find my niche, had to see how I was going to be effective in the offense. So every step up, it was an adjustment period. And it always took me like 6 games. You know what I mean? Same thing in college. You know what I mean? It took me about 6 games. And after that, I was ready to go. So my freshman year, I had to prop. You know what I mean? I came back my sophomore year, which was my freshman year. I played. I think I averaged like 11 points, bro, like my freshman year.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hooping. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was mentally, man. I was different mentally. You know what I mean? I didn't really play with no fear. You know what I mean? And I didn't care about nobody who stepped in front of me, and I was ready for the big moment. So I came in mentally ready, man.
Got you. So it's really a mental thing, right? Like, I mean, I think,
Mental.
yeah, I think kids get too worked up on what the coach doing or with somebody in front of them doing. But I'm the same way. I'm a coach as well, so I tell the kids it's a mentality. You know, you got to keep the mindset right um, to to be able to go through the ups and downs and even in the good times. Even when you went through that part, I mean, now shit, you was averaging about 17 points your senior year. You had an opportunity to go to the NBA. You played in the preseason. What does that look like for you coming from Rhode Island to the Clippers? What type of work ethic did you had? Did you change anything that you were doing? Did you how was the workouts? Was the workouts, tougher than the Rhode Island workouts? Let us know what an NBA workout looked like.
Now, I want to go back to the mentality, right?
Okay.
The mentality, I always came from the bottom up. I didn't play AAU, so there ain't nobody know me. So that gave me a chip on my shoulder. You know what I mean? Made me mentally tougher. Going to prep school, nobody knew me. Chip on my shoulder. Made me mentally tougher. Going to Rhode Island, I dealt with a lot of injuries at Rhode Island. You know what I mean? Ups and downs made me tougher. You know what I mean? It's mental toughness, though. And the things that you go through in life give you a little preparation to get you mentally tougher. You know what I mean?
Right.
And this is what I try to tell these kids. It's more mental than anything, man. Because if you ain't got it here, you ain't gonna make it, man. And I've seen it so many different. And like I said, for me, it was just my life. You know what I mean? Where I came from, the things that I've been through, those injuries. You know what I mean? It was times where I had those injuries, and I was like, I didn't know if I was gonna be the same player. But in my mind, I was like, bro, I'm coming back like nothing happened. You know what I mean? I was telling myself after the day after the surgery, I was like, yo, I'm about to kill you dudes. So it was the same thing in the league. The workouts was a little different, but mentally I was ready. You know what I mean? So the URI work, I was always working in URI. I was getting my reps up, you know what I mean? So I stayed in shape, I stayed ready. You know what I mean? When I got to the league, I was ready. You know what I mean? Like the most ready I could have been. I want to tell you how I got to the league, right? So after URI, you know what I mean, I played 3 years at URI. You know what I mean? I got injured my sophomore year when I was predicted to be player of the year after Jameer Nelson. You know what I mean? I missed the whole season. Came back my senior year, had averaged 17, but that should have been like 20. My foot was still bothering me after I broke my foot. I came home. They didn't give me my year back from the prop or the injury. You know what I mean? So I'm like, they just killed me. And I mean, I came home. I ain't had nothing on the table. I mean, I'm talking to my mom. I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I was going up to Harnett's. You know, Harnett's usually go up to Pecan. You know what I mean? So we started going up to Pecan, working out with the Sixers balls. But I was in shape, man. I was grinding. I was working out 3 times a day. I mean, once again, mentally, I was ready for any opportunity that came my way. So we went up to the Sixers, and like I told you, I always played one-on-one for money. And I used to always win. I never lost, bro. You know what I mean? And I thought I could be AI at this time. Like I used to really think that I could be AI in a one-on-one, bro. Really, like as he got, I was like, yo, I'll beat it. So AI walks into the gym. I'm like, oh, I've been waiting. Yo, I'm really like, I got him. Like, you know what I mean? We 5-on-5. I go stand next to him. I'm like, yo, I got him. You know what I mean? So he looking at me like, so we start playing. He like, yo, you really like, this is what he's saying to me. He like, yo, you really guard me. Like, I'm looking at him like, yeah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? We play a ball.
Right.
From that scrimmage or pickup, whatever, yo, that's how I made it to the Clippers. The Clippers was there watching Katino Mobley. They called my agent, like, who is this boy? We want him in vet camp. I went to vet camp, man.
Did
When
you?
I got to vet camp,
Go ahead. No, I was about to say I want to know how that matchup looked, man. Because you know what, one thing I skipped over is that you made that Tim Hardaway, that between the legs crossover. That was your move back in the day. Like anybody who don't know this man, I mean, he made like Tim Hardaway had the move, but he revised the move by doing it. Like I'm talking about that thing
That's
was
crazy. You know
efficient.
that.
So yeah,
Yo,
so
Tim Hardaway was one of my favorite players. He the reason why I wore number 5. A lot of people don't know that. When he
uh,
first was a rookie at the Warriors, he wore number 5 as a rookie. Then he switched his number to number 10. So in high school, I wore number 10. You know what I mean? Because of Tim Hardaway.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But after that, I always loved the 5 though, but they ain't have 5. So Tim Hardaway, I used to practice that move every day, bro, at full speed, just like I used to practice it as fast as I possibly can. So in the games, it was easy. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
knew guys were gonna go for it. So I really used to me and my brother used to like practice ball, not even like moves. We used to walk home from the playground, just going between the legs. And if I
Uh,
messed up, I had to get him the ball. And then he would go. So
uh,
he messed up, you know what I mean? So it got our coordinate. And then we used to play in the street. You know what I mean? So the cars on tight blocks, cars on left side, cars on right. We in the middle. And we gotta get past each other. If I make it from
right.
this car to this car, I get to keep the ball. You know what I mean? So you got to pop, get past him in these tight spots. Mind you, it was helping me. And he was a player, so he molded me as well. So all those little things helped.
No, no cap though, man. You had me doing that shit. Like you had me.
No, that
It
was my
wasn't
move.
good. Bonds wasn't good though. I remember one time in the AAU game, I did it. I was hyping shit like, yo, I did that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so to go
Yeah.
back to you and AI, man, like how did that match up? Did you give him work? Did he give you work? What happened?
I wasn't really scoring. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So I was like, damn, I wasn't really scoring. You know what I mean? It was so my brother, I get home, my brother, like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, all right, it was all right. You know what I mean? I was a scorer. But defensively, I was playing good defense. I ain't gonna say until I was strapping AI up. But he felt me to the point that he even told me, like, damn, you playing aggressive. You know what I mean? Bro, Kevin Ollie, I was Lou Will, bro. I used to have Lou Will up there, like, look, man, listen, man, don't pick me on full court today. I was a monster, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So when
I
Kevin
believe it.
Ollie, I was taking it from Kevin Ollie. Like, give me that layup. So
Uh,
the Sixers, they used to be talking like, yo, don't guard Kevin Ollie, guard Kyle Korver. You know what I mean? So I go guard Kyle Korver, chase him off screens. I was strapping up, bro. You know what I
really?
mean?
Okay.
And then the Clippers just called me up, but it was a good matchup between me and AI, man. You know what I mean? He wasn't cooking. Like, I'll tell you that. Because that's how I got the call. So I must have been doing something good.
How was that move with the Clippers? What happened there? Why didn't they pick you? What went wrong?
So we get to the Clippers, right? I'm in the Clippers, and we fly straight to Russia. We do NBA Europe. You know what I mean? It's my first experience. Like we go straight. We only go to LA. We go straight to Europe. We get out of Europe. We play CSK Moscow, and we play Kimki. You know what I mean? We lose to CSK Moscow. I'm learning the plays, bro. I don't know none of the plays. I don't know this game at all, man. It's fast. They not talking to me. The vets is just like, he another young boy that got to figure it out. You know what I mean? And
But
it's going by fast. I'm struggling a little bit, not with the like my game. It's just I'm thinking, trying to learn the plays before I'm actually playing. You know what I mean?
right.
So I look average. I look real average out there. So my agent called me. We was out there for like a week. My agent called me like, look, man, they might cut you when you get back. So I'm like, oh, really? Like, man, they didn't even give me a chance to get loose. So I'm like, my mentality, like, man, fuck it. Like, if they gonna cut me. So we got back to LA. They ain't cut me. You know what I mean? They left me for like a week. We had a blue and white game. Man, I had like 16 in the blue and white game.
Yeah.
And I was cooking Daniel Ewing. Like, I was taking the ball from Daniel Ewing.
Uh-huh.
Sam Cassell, he wasn't really playing. Sam Cassell was kind of on his vet shit. But
Yeah.
Sean Livingston was different, bro. If he didn't get hurt, Sean Livingston was different.
Yeah, he was
You know
nice.
what I
I
mean?
got a chance to see him
Bro,
play the AU tournament in Villanova against Kyle Lowry. He was tough.
bro, I was trying to get him, man. I had this little still where I would turn guys and they would spin. I'd get them from behind. Flip Murray used to do it a lot. I couldn't, he was 6'7", true point guard. Dimes had button, he was dunking on. He was tough, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But Daniel Ewing, that was art. That was the fight for who's gonna be that third point guard. And I know, you know what I mean, I was chewing Daniel Ewing a lot, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I was always outscoring him in the preseason games and everything. But Dunleavy, father was the coach. Corey McGetty was a Duke guy. Elton Brand was a Duke guy. Daniel Ewing was a Duke guy. So I feel like that had a little influence in it to where they like, look, You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it was like it's a numbers game. But it was preseason games where I had like 13, 11, where I played the fourth quarter. It played like the whole second half, and I was cooking. You know what I mean? So you know how the league is. It's a numbers game. And I understood the business side of it. I was just happy to be there, bro.
Yeah, so it's more about the politics. It's more about the politics at that level, huh?
At
So
that level, man.
one thing I wanted to go back on is you talked about the playbook. You know, rumor has it that the NBA playbook has like 100 pages. Is how hard is that to remember? What did you have any strategies in remembering the playbook? Because I asked this question for the kids who going into college. Who probably coming from a high school with 4 plays, 5 plays.
Mm-hmm.
You go somewhere where they have 30 plays. How was that?
It was tough, man. That was one of the hardest things for me to pick up on when I was in Russia. That was why I was struggling because I'm like, yo, 45 tech, everything had different options that meant different things, different colors, ice, blue, red. That's defensive schemes that you got to be listening to on defense. I wasn't used to that in college. I could just have my matchup and guarding how I was going to guard him or how we adjust, you know what I mean? And everything was happening on the fly. You ain't got a week to prepare. You know what I mean? This show was happening on the fly. And it was hard, man. It was hard to make the adjustments and just to pick up on, you got to wait for the big to scream out ice or red. And we didn't even play ice defense in college, you know what I mean? So I didn't even, that was like ice. It took me a while to figure it out. So that was the hardest part. But once I figured that part out, the NBA game is not that hard, man. You know what I mean? The paint is wide open and I always could get to the bucket, you know what I mean? So that wasn't a problem for me, you know what I mean? So once I figured out, it's not really that hard to score in the NBA. It's really hard to score in Europe.
So let's talk about Europe, man. You went from, so things didn't pan out with the Clippers. Then you had an opportunity to play overseas. Was that immediately, or did you go back to Philly and they called you? How was that transition over to Europe? And where was your first country?
So after the Clippers, bro, Andre Buck was my agent. I don't mess with Andre Buck. And I got cut from the Clippers. I'm home for like 2 months, 3 months. I'm like, bro, like you should have a job for me like ASAP. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting home and niggas like, bro, you ain't like when you want? I'm like, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? And then somebody else got me a job in France. You know what I mean? So I went to France my first year out, Limoges, small town in France. I went there with second division. And I led the league in scoring. I was like 24, you know what I mean? But coming out after an NBA job, bro, I wasn't supposed to be playing in second division, you know what I mean? So I went there, averaged like 24, and then I went to Poland. Went to Poland. Poland was wild. Germany was cool. It was kind of boring because I was like 2 hours away from Paris or something like that, you know what I mean? And the people in France was a little weird and different, you know what I mean? In Poland, bro, it just got worse. They was calling me like, man, we was getting in the real live brawls with like brass knuckles. These niggas picking up pipes. They was calling it was bad, man. It was
Really?
bad, bro. Yeah, man. We had to start carrying little knives.
I ain't never been to Poland, never had a reason to. But I didn't know they was like that. I mean, I can probably imagine it, but I didn't
Bro,
know.
we had to start carrying pocket knives because the fights wasn't even fair. It was like if we got into a 2-on-2 rumble, when we look up, they was coming out of taxi cabs, flower shops. You know what I mean? It was you turn around and be 10 dudes following me. I'm talking about following you, bro. We went to the club. They stayed outside and waited. And then we came out, and then they made a blow whistle. 3 other dudes came. Bro, it was crazy. So we had to start carrying that fucking knife.
How you playing in that environment then? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how you focusing on, are you still working out every day as much as you was, like 3 times a day? I mean, I ain't sounding safe, so they know it. Shit, now they know, I'm pretty sure they know you hoop and they know where your game's at. How was you playing with that in that environment?
I didn't nothing was gonna stop my grind. You know
Right.
So I wasn't even worried about that. And then this is what a lot of these athletes gotta understand. You get that type of attention when you're in the wrong places at the right time. We only was getting called when we was going out at night. You don't go out at night and don't hit the club so much, you don't have to deal with that. When we was walking around during the day, you know what I mean, it was cool. So when they usually get drunk and stuff like that, that's when you had to deal with that. You know what I mean? That usually happened in the nighttime. You know what I mean? So if you just focus and you just staying at home, working out, not really partying, you don't have to deal with none of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How long were you over there in Poland?
Like 6 months, man. Then I
6 months.
left, came back home. Yep, then I went to Italy. Italy was just all love. You know what I mean? I had a great time there.
Italy, the top league, right?
Top league. I had first year I was in second division, but I was there with Kyle, Kyle, Kyle Hines. We had major dudes in the second division. David Hoffman started in the second division. A lot of major dudes in Europe that when I was there came from second division. You know what I
Right.
mean?
So
And then I went to first division, and it was lit.
earlier on, you said it's easy to score in the NBA, hard to score in Europe. What makes it hard to score in Europe versus the NBA?
Oh man, way more physical.
Mm-hmm.
They got 7 footers just sitting in the paint,
Mm.
just sitting there. You know what I mean? It's like college. You know what I mean? They playing with it's just they play hard. They playing for the country. They're not just playing. These games are not just regular games. You know what I mean? They blow horns. They got fires lit. Man, we went to one spot down south, southern Italy. We walked onto the court. It was like everybody had a roll of toilet paper. They just go, just threw. It was crazy, bro. The environment. They was throwing pennies, coins at you when you was leaving the floor, spitting on you, bro. It
Wow.
was crazy. It was crazy, bro. You know what I mean? But for me, I'm from Philly, so that type of environment, bro. When I came out and seen all the TikTok, I'm like, this is beautiful. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, let's go. I'm like,
Nothing be
let's
worse than
go.
Philly.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go. Like, let's play. You know what I mean? So those type of environments brought the best out of me. I love those type of games. You know what I mean? Once again, because I was a street ball player growing up. You know what I mean? So you going in these different hoods, something crazy might happen.
So all that going on, you ain't never say like, man, you know what, man, I'm done with this hoop shit. Like you ain't never, nah, you just that what you. 'Cause I know people, they get discouraged. A lot of people get discouraged with that type of stuff, man.
Mental
So,
toughness, man. Like
mhm.
nothing was gonna stop me. The basketball was that was my love. So long as I had that, you could put me in Iraq. I'm a hooping. You know what I mean? And if
Mhm.
something happened, I'd rather it happen me playing, doing what I love, you know what I mean, than doing something else. So I never had no fear. As long as I had the basketball in the gym, I was cool. I ain't worried about none of the outside noise. You know what I mean? When I played, I never heard the fans. I never paid attention to that. You know what I mean?
What's
It
up?
goes back to mental toughness, though, man.
Yeah. So, you won a championship in 2015. Let me see. Where is that? Bundesliga? Bundesliga?
Yeah, Bundesliga. Yeah.
Bundesliga? Okay. How was that? How hard is it to win the championship? Like, tell me about your team practices. What was different from your experiences with other European teams? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just tell me, just talk about a little bit about that.
So I won a championship in 2012. I won one in 2015. Every champion, and I won a cup, Italian cup in Italy. So every time we won, bro, everybody was on the same page. You know what I mean? I had Andre Trinchetti as a head coach when I won both of them. He was
Mhm.
for me, he the best coach I've had in my life. You know what I mean? Your league coach, I think he's with Unix right now. But he just knew the game. You know what I mean? And we all was like a family on all those teams. We all went out together, we partied together, we did everything together. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it made it easier to bond on the court. You know what I mean? In Germany, that championship was crazy. You know what I mean? Because we wasn't favored. We was playing Munich in a crazy hostile environment. You know what I mean? They hated us. You know what I mean? So it was war. It was real war. And every game came down to the wire. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that championship probably meant the most and it hit me the most because we fought so hard to win that one, man. And it was just such an overwhelming feeling after getting that trophy and winning, man. It was crazy. Like all of the hard work you paid off. All of the hard work had paid off, man. And it just felt great.
That's what's up, man. Because I
Yeah,
know,
that one was crazy.
I know that's hard to do. Win a championship at any level. Because I mean, just thinking
And
about.
we had a lot of NBA dudes on there. We had Brad Wanamaker, Daniel Tice. We had Josh Duncan, in my eyes, is an NBA player. Trevor Bach, we could have played in the league. Darius Miller went on to play in the NBA from that team. A couple of the German players played on a championship German team that just won this year. You know what I mean? So that squad was loaded, man. He was loaded.
Mm. Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it cutthroat as advertised over in Europe? I used to hear that if they expect you to lock someone down and you don't do it, you on that next plane smoking.
It ain't that. It ain't like that.
Uh,
But
uh,
it's like that though. Like, you know what I mean? They did like they get you out of there, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta be real. You gotta be doing something wrong to get cut though, like that. You know what I mean? You gotta have a bad attitude. If you got a bad attitude, you are out of there, bro. You know what I mean?
right.
You're not even wasting no time. If you're not buying into the team, you out of there. You know what I mean? If they paid you to score the ball and you're not scoring, you're out of there. You know what I mean? If they feel like they're not gonna win a championship and it's the playoffs and they want to cut some money, man, I've seen them cut two of our best players in the semifinals.
Word.
Bro, on we
Ain't no
about to go,
contract clause that tell you
man. Yeah, you get a clause, yeah.
uh
But they say they'll hit you like this. All right, look, we're not gonna cut you, but you're not playing, and you're gonna be like, all right, well, I just pay me, I'll just stay here. All right, you're not welcome in the gym. You know what I mean? And they're gonna get your cable cut off. You ain't gonna have no internet, and you're done. Like, you know what I mean? So they're gonna make it so hard for you that you ask for a buyout to where though they're not breaking no rules. So technically, they can't cut you, but they're gonna be like, look, you're not playing. We just got another American heat you. Bro, you don't even know. You just come to the gym and see another American there. Ain't no warnings, ain't nothing there. You just get like, damn, we play the same position. And then at the practice, like, yo, let me holler at you. You know what I mean? And then they like, look, man, we got him. So thank you for everything. And you like, yo, I can't get cut. Like, you know what I mean? My contract guaranteed. You like, oh yeah, you're right. But you can't come to the gym. You know what I mean? And you'd be like, all right, well, I'll just stay here. I tried it. Where I'm like, yo, I'll stay. You know what I mean? All right.
Oh, so
Cable
that
cut
happened
off.
to you?
Yeah, yeah. It
Really?
happened to me in Italy my second year.
Mm.
I was one of the highest paid players on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I broke my foot like 3 times that year, bro. So they got tired. I was on a 2 year deal. You don't even get 2 year deals like that in Europe. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Multi-year deal. So I had a 2 year deal. I got hurt my first year, halfway. You know what I mean? They paid me out my whole first year. Second half of the year, I came back, played a little bit, and then I got hurt again. So they paid me half, and then they was like, look, man, we're not even trying to give you the rest. So I was like, yo, I'm like, bro, I was like, well, I'll stay here. So I tried to do all that. My agent was like, look, you're not gonna win. You might as well just. I'm like, nah, man. I'm being hard headed, young. Like, man, I want my money.
Right.
Look, man, you ain't gonna win this. They gonna make it hard to the point that I eventually was like, look, man, I'll take a buyout to where they don't even pay you. You know what I mean? What you supposed to be getting. They give you like half of that, but you
Mm.
kind of make up for it with the next team you go to. So it's all, and them teams talk and they communicate, and I'm sure because it makes too much sense the way it's like, look, if you're supposed to get 250,000, and they say, look, we paid you we paid you, let's say they say we paid you 100. You know what I mean? And then look, we're gonna give you 50 more for your buyout. You like, nah, bro. I still got 150 left. You take the 50, and then the other team that buy you give you the 100. So you end up making the
Gotcha.
money, you know what I mean? But you be trying to be like, nah, I want 80%. So you can go and get another bag, but it ain't gonna work like that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It ain't gonna work like that. So it's cutthroat, bro.
So life after hoop playing professionally. Now you got your own program, life of hoops, right?
Yeah.
Um, what made you get into coaching, and how's that going?
Coaching is going good, man. I never thought I would be a coach. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I didn't want to be a coach because I knew what came with it. It's a certain commitment. The same way as a player. When you're a player, it's a certain commitment you gotta make. Like you gotta work out twice a day. You gotta X, you gotta do Y, you gotta do Z. You gotta do these things if you want to be good. Same thing as a coach. You gotta watch game film. You gotta strategize. You gotta break down plays. You gotta understand how you can talk to your players. It's strategy and it's commitment. Like you got to be in it. Now I'm in it. For this is my third season. First year we lost in the championship, division championship. We went all the way to the championship. Second year, which was last year, we won the state championship. So 2 years in, I got two. I went to two championships, so it's going good right now. AAU,
What school you at?
St. Mary's Baby. It's all girls school.
Okay, nice.
AAU, I mean, I had some pretty good teams. We're doing okay. You know, what I mean, we're not one of the high level teams, but for me, it's just about the development. I really like the training aspect, and the training has been on real good out here. I got a lot of players that I've really been working with that's really getting better, and that's what I thrive off, man. Just sharing what I went through to help them not make one of the mistakes that I made or prevent a mistake that I made. You know what I mean? Through the drills or some of the decisions that they got made.
That's what's
That's
up.
it, man.
That's what's up. So we got this game, bro, called Who You Got. I got three
Mhm.
questions for you. Um, So one's an NBA player. One question consists of NBA teams, and the other one is fictional players. All right. So the first question is in their prime. You got only answer in their prime. You got to think of it in their prime. Who is better, Gilbert Arenas or Jamal Crawford?
In their prime?
In their prime.
Oh man,
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
say
Gilbert Arenas.
you gonna go Gilbert?
I'm going Gilbert. Let's say Gilbert.
Why Gilbert?
Gilbert was a Gilbert. I loved his work ethic, man.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was in his prime, he was on another level. Man. I'm talking about Wizards when he was killing Kobe and all of them. Gilbert Arenas, and I feel like he was just warming up. I feel like if he'd had the career like as far as how many years he played as Jamal Crawford, it would be easy decision. This wouldn't even be a discussion.
Man, I think people sleep on Jamal Crawford, bro. Jamal Crawford. Yo, Jamal
Jamal
had
Crawford was
50.
fine.
Jamal had 50 with every team he played with.
That's
Bulls,
true.
Knicks.
True. That's true.
The Suns, his last season, he had 50, what, 51?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I
I like
agree.
Gilbert too, but
I love Jamal Crawford too. That's why I ain't gonna argue with you. That's a
Jamal,
tough
but
one.
I'm biased, bro. Jamal Crawford had me wearing S dots for King, bro. My man,
Gilbert used to wear some crazy Jones too.
yeah, bro. Yeah, you wear S dots. All right, the next one is the 96 Bulls. No, I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna go the
Yeah, I'm going with
three-peat Lakers, or the 2016 Warriors when they had Kevin Durant.
I'm going with the. Oh, that's tough.
Both teams play different styles. Both teams got different key
that's correct.
players.
That's Kareem and Magic. That's tough.
No, not Kareem and Magic. I'm talking Kobe and Shaq 3-peat.
Kobe and Shaq 3-peat. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
tripping. I'm going Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm going Kobe and Shaq.
you got some dogs on the Warriors.
You do, but you got the beam.
Yeah. I'm trying to give you some pushback, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm with the Lakers too. I think Kobe would have strapped that up. Kobe in his prime. So one of them guards ain't getting off.
No, they're not. And that's just how it's gonna go. Kobe gonna will his team to win. And then who gonna stop Shaq, bro? Like who gonna stop Shaq?
Yeah, big facts.
All that. Right. Come on.
So last question. This is fictional. Quincy McCall from Love and Basketball or Shaq from Above the Rim?
I'm going with Shaq.
Why are you going with Shaq?
Cause Shaq ain't even need the pill. Shaq looked like he would have gave you 60 in his prime, bro, without the pill. Shaq looked like his moves were sharp. You see, he didn't even touch the ball before he went to the game. He came straight up with some corduroys on, had 60. He had corduroy in the long sleeve.
My man hopped out the
10
taxi.
degrees. He hopped out the taxi, bro. Come on, man. With a button up.
I tried to think of another player that was better than Shep. I was thinking that I couldn't go. He got game. Jesus Shuttlesworth.
I'm going with. I got one for you. What was Kyrie name in that joint? The old head. It's old.
Which movie?
The old man Kyrie was in. He's the old man.
Oh,
Uncle Drew. Yeah. Uncle Drew. Yeah, Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew better than Shep.
It's hard to do that because he's not really a big. I could have went. I should have did that against Jesus Shuttlesworth, because they're not really like fictional players. These guys are actual hoopers. We gonna say
Uncle
Drew would have did him dirty though. Uncle Drew
would have fried all of them. I'm taking Uncle Drew over everybody.
That's right, man. My man. Hey, bro, I really appreciate you taking the time out, man. I'm glad we found the time to make this work. This is real good. Good stories. Like I said, bro, big fan of your work in Philly. Big one of the guys I was practicing that Tim Hardaway because of you. So definitely have you on, man. Anything you got to say for as far as like what to look out for, or you want guys to know where you at? Let them know right now.
Man, life at lifeforhoops.com, man. I said LIFE0FH00PS on Twitter, on Instagram, man. Stay in touch, man. I'm grinding out here, coaching anybody that need any type of advice, that's what I'm here for, man.
All right, my man. Appreciate you, bro. That's another episode on Score Society TV. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. All right, man. Until next time, Score Society.